Hi, today I'm going to have a look at CCTV and how easy is it to install. First of all, what is CCTV? CCTV is actually closed circuit television. As the name implies, it's television whereby you can see what cameras are in your location. It's not broadcast anywhere like TV signals are. Let's have a look at the basic components that you'll need. I shall unbox them shortly, but first of all we have camera, power supply, HDMI lead, camera lead, DVR, TV. Let's first of all have a look at the camera. Fixing screws template, yeah, we're not worried about that just yet. As you can see, this camera is a white one. They come in white or grey or sometimes a brown. This one is called a dome camera simply because it's a dome. We'll come back to that in more detail in a minute. This is a power supply. This is what actually powers the camera to make it work. This is an HDMI lead. This connects the DVR to the TV. This lead is what connects the camera to the DVR. Let's take it out of its bag. This lead happens to be 5 meters long. You can get them in a variety of lengths. It has two plugs on it. One is a barrel socket, and this is called a BNC. You'll find out what for in a minute. This is a barrel plug, and this one is another BNC. Again, you'll find out what for in a minute. Let's come to the DVR. Comes with a mouse, remote control, DVR, power supply. I'll just unbox everything. Before I plug everything in and show you it working, let's have a closer look at a DVR and what exactly is a DVR. First answer, DVR stands for Digital Video Recorder. Yes, it's just like a good old video recorder except it's digital. And when I say digital, this has a hard drive in it just like computers do. Let's look at the front of the DVR. Here is where you hear the buzzer from. Here's power, tells you it's an alarm, tells you it's recording. Couple of buttons and a toggle button. To be honest, most people, once the camera is set up, never touch the DVR again because you can do everything from the mouse. Now let's look at the important end of a DVR, the back. Back of the DVR looks really complicated, lots of sockets and bits and things. But in actual fact, it's very, very easy. Let's have a look at it section by section. The first part is these 4 sockets here. These are where the cameras get connected to. Yes, I did say 4. This DVR can have up to 4 cameras, but I'm only going to be using 1 camera. Some DVRs can have 8 or 16 cameras. This is an output for an old style monitor. Underneath that we have this. This is an audio output, but CCTV cameras do not have microphones, so we'll not be using that. This socket here is a VGA socket, like what some computers use. Underneath it is an HDMI output. That is what I'm going to be using. That's going to be connecting to the TV. Next we have 4 audio inputs. These are audio inputs from the camera's microphones, but as I said, CCTV cameras do not have microphones. Next we have 2 USB ports. One is to plug in the mouse to control the DVR and set it up. The other one is so you can plug in a USB memory stick. The idea being that if you need to transfer some recordings, rather than giving away the whole DVR, you can record what you need to a memory stick. Next we have a LAN port. You connect your DVR to your router so that you can remotely watch your CCTV from wherever you are in the world. I'm not going through that today, that's a totally different option, but a lot of DVRs have this option now should you so choose. Over here we have 12 volts in to actually power the DVR. Now I'm going to set up a camera and monitor and show you how easy it is to do. Here is the CCTV camera. CCTV cameras come with 2 plugs already. This is where we now need the extension lead. The red one, which is power, simply plugs in to the power lead for the camera. The other one, which is B and C, simply plugs on and twists. The other end goes to camera input 1. They are labelled. Camera input 1 is there. Done. Now all I have to do is connect the power supply for the camera to the plug here. As I showed, this particular lead is 5 meters long. You can get them in 5, 10, 15 and 20 meter lengths. Now I'm going to plug it in. Nothing will happen because the DVR is not connected either. Neither is the monitor. I'm now going to connect the monitor to the DVR. As I said earlier, I'm going to use the HDMI port. So I'll just plug in the HDMI lead there, and on the back of the DVR, let's have a look down there. I plug in the other end of the monitor lead. It's that easy. I'll now plug in the power supply for the DVR. Let's plug in the mouse. Simple. I'll now move everything round so you can watch the monitor and the camera. Here we are, all ready to go. Let's turn on the DVR and the TV. TV won't do anything because it's not actually turned on. There we go. Because this is the first time the DVR's been switched on, it will need to set its defaults. There we are, we've got an alarm. No idea why, presumably because its picture's missing. Welcome to our configuration wizard. It will help you to configure the basic settings of your device. Click next to continue. Think I better click next to continue. But they really are easy to set up. You can have your own password in it, but to be honest, for a house, I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to go, yep, okay. Set the system time and date. Okay, I can do that. We are definitely not in Beijing. Network connection, we haven't got one. Not interested. You can now install a phone app directly to your phone using the QR codes. The camera is now outside. Let's see what the camera can see. There we are. Camera is now outside. Installing the cameras is also fairly easy. This particular one I've been using has a screw here that actually releases the camera. You use the fixing screws to screw it to whatever surface, put the cable through and then fix the camera back to its bracket. Regarding putting the cables through, it depends upon what you're mounting it to. If it's a soffit, for example, you just drill a hole up, 20mm hole is fine with a flat bit, poke the cables through the hole, screw the camera bracket up and then put the camera back. It really is that easy. I'll show you some other ones that I've already done. Here is an example. You can see the camera's fixed to the wall via its bracket, and sitting slightly above it is a box. The box is for somewhere to allow the connections to be made but still keep them waterproof. The back of the box has a hole drilled through it so I can pass the cable through to go out to the DVR. Here's another example. Camera's fitted to timber, hole drilled in the back of it, cable goes straight through the back up to the DVR. All the equipment you've seen me use came from eBay. The DVR, including hard drive, was just under £90. The extension cable was just under a £5. The camera was £25 and the power supply was a £5. You can get a variety of cameras. It's entirely up to you which ones you go for. Do check the specifications. But for something just to keep an eye on what's happening in the garden, the average camera will do. As always, thanks for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, please buy me a coffee, link down below. If you want to be notified when I upload another video, please click the bell icon. Don't forget to like and subscribe too.